Hello, everybody. Did I say everybody?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bad Guitarist Podcast, episode number 35. My name is Andrew,
And my name is Kat.
but I think if you've made it 35 episodes in, you probably know who we are.
Wait,
Maybe not.
why did you say did I say everybody?
No, because I didn't say everybody. I said everybody. I said it funny,
Oh,
I think.
okay.
I don't know. It's been a
Oh
long
my
day.
God, Andrew, I'm looking on the camera and I have a double chin.
I don't think so.
Oh my God.
In the comments below, let us know if Kat has a double chin. No.
Let us know how my double chin looks like.
Yeah, so we're 35 episodes in.
Okay.
So,
What's up?
well, we had an interesting week, I guess. Before we even get started with the actual guitar stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it was a good. No,
it wasn't good.
No,
No.
it wasn't good.
Last Sunday, I hurt my foot pretty bad, and I was pretty much the first couple days I could barely walk.
Yeah, it got really bad.
Yeah, my whole foot was purple. My
I
ankle.
thought you were gonna lose your toes or something.
I don't know.
Like
It was really bad. It still is bad, but I had to go back to work today, so that was interesting. So I'm able to move around enough to actually do that, but yeah, it's pretty sore right now.
It's not as bad as it was, though.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
And then you had your citizenship ceremony yesterday. So
Yeah. Which, by the way,
full on citizen now.
at the end of the band, I say, have you taken any pictures? And you're like, no. So I had no proof whatsoever.
Well, the guy that was overseeing we were in a court downtown in Phoenix, and before they brought the judge out, the guy was like, okay, if you guys want to all take pictures, because there was like 74 people getting naturalized, and the guy was like, you guys could take pictures, but you shouldn't post anything on social media because people could steal your identity. It's like, that's only if you have like the certificate and you're like, but no, where they sat us away from like where you were across the room, and I was in the very back with our son. They were making all the people with kids sit in the very back. So yeah, we couldn't even see you.
Yeah, but I had no proof. I requested the day off, and I specifically told my boss, oh, I'm taking the day off because it's going to be my naturalization ceremony.
Well,
and I'm pretty
proof.
Sure she's going to say like, oh my gosh, did you take some pictures? And I'm going to have to say no. So she's probably not going to believe me.
Well, you have your you got your paperwork that says you're a citizen.
I guess so.
Registered to vote and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Oh, also I did last week we talked about me repairing my Stratocaster.
True.
Did that. And it's working just fine now.
That's good though.
Yeah, I bought a tool online.
You talked about it last week, right?
Yeah. I had a couple people reach out on like how to do the repair. I ended up getting the StewMac tool was like $22. I ended up getting like just a regular non-guitar branded tool that was like the same exact tool. I don't even know where it is. I was gonna reach out for it, but yeah, it ended up working just fine to remove the old nut off the truss rod.
That's true.
And it took like 2 seconds to get the new one installed, straighten the neck back out, slap some new strings on there, and it's better than it was before. So
okay.
Yeah, it's like perfectly straight now.
That's good.
Well, as straight as I can get it. I did install that vibrato system on the Starcaster. There's a video for that if you guys want to watch that. It'll probably be the recommended video that pops up at the end of this video if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening to the audio version, go over to YouTube and watch that video. Yeah. You want to jump on into it?
Wait, hold on. Another thing about this week.
What happened this week?
I joined the 60 Cycle Home group.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you send me the invite?
I sent you the invite. I didn't think you were... Because somebody posted in that group, they were like, thanks to the 4 women that makes this not an all
now it's gonna be
guys lame group. Yeah.
It's funny because it asked me this question before it got me like into the group, like, how did you hear about... What was the question? Like, how did you hear about us?
Oh, like the questions to make sure you're not like a bot.
Yeah. Oh, what about the 60 Cycle Home group? And I just typed my husband.
There you go. So wait, did you have to wait for approval then to get in?
Yeah, but I got approved.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, like an in.
You're in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in.
I'm in.
You gotta start posting. So this week we have some new releases.
Okay.
This one is the Apollo 7B Overdrive from Spaceman Effects.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the third or fourth Spaceman pedal I think we've covered on here.
I believe so.
Pre-order. So this is a $299 pedal. Pre-order ends on the 14th. What is today? 12th? Okay.
The 12th.
So on the 14th, the pre-order ends. And
Well, there's something I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why do you need an initial deposit?
just to guarantee that you're going to buy it, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I haven't seen that in other websites.
Let's see. Reserve the color of your choice. Oh, that's what it is. With the $39 deposit. Balance invoice will be sent April 25th. You can pay with your choice of payment option. So they just want, reserve your color. That way they know how many, probably so they know how many enclosures of each color to do. As always, it looks like the classic Spaceman pedals.
Okay.
It's the exact preamp and overdrive section from the Voyager Tremolo series, isolated in its own compact enclosure, featuring rich and complex textures with a balanced clarity and dynamic response that is truly a delight to play. This is the Apollo 7 as it was meant to be. Nice. So I think there was already an Apollo 7. This is the B. So pretty cool. There's already a few demos out on it.
$299.
$299
with a deposit.
Your $39, and that's deducted from the $299.
Okay.
So you're not paying that.
I'm just saying the deposit goes first, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, and then the JHS thing that last week we talked about. Oh, it's coming on Monday. That came out this week. It was.
What was it?
It was a series of plugins.
Okay.
So it was kind of cool. There's like 4 or 5 different ones. They're all based off JHS pedals and the JHS amp, that white amp that he uses on the show. Well, I guess he doesn't actually use it anymore. He uses like a Kemper. But the only new one that they did was there is like a spring reverb unit pedal.
Did you say how much was it?
The plugins?
Yeah. Because I remember you talking to me about plugins. I just don't remember if you told me how much was it.
Let's see. Oh, nope, that's not it. Where would that even be? Would it be on amp packs?
I don't know.
Is it even gonna be?
We're looking at the JHS website.
Is it on their website? I see. This is where I'm probably mistaken. It's probably not even. I know it's through Mixwave, so let's go to the Mixwave website.
Okay.
See, I think we're gonna see a lot more. Okay, right here. Okay, $139.
$139.
You get all of them. It looks like.
Okay.
Cool. With a 14-day free trial.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Oh, it's 22% off right now, so it will go up to $180. But you get looks like the Loud is More Good amp. You have the Pulp and Peel compressor, which also has like a rat circuit built into it, so it is also a distortion pedal.
Okay.
The Morning Glory overdrive. The hard drive distortion.
Okay.
Discontinued Panther Cub delay. So they have that in there. This is the new one, the Nada Spring. So it looks like the Nauticlon pedal. Like the build your own kit. But this is an original circuit just for, not even circuit, original, I guess you would call it algorithm for a spring reverb unit.
Okay.
For the plugins. And then the amp. You get the amp, and I think you get like where you place the microphone, and you could set up your signal chain. So you get options there.
Nice. It's not as expensive as I thought it was going to be.
But I think a lot of pedal builders that don't currently do plugins, we're going to see a lot of this from them right now, with like everything that's uncertain right now with like pricing and components getting more expensive, that they want to make sure people that are not in the native country of wherever someone builds their pedals can still have access to their sounds. So we might start seeing these with like Earthquaker and maybe Wampler and stuff. Well, we might see these from a bunch of other companies that don't do them. The ones I just named might already do them. I'm just not aware of.
Yeah.
I don't usually use plug-in effects like that, but I think it's a cool option.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are $139 right now. Like I said, it's on
That's
sale.
not bad.
So, this company I had not heard of.
Butterfly
Effects.
Interesting design though.
Oh, it's sold out already.
Damn.
So this was 425 euros.
Okay.
Pre-orders will be shipped on 3/17/2025. Okay, so we're way behind on this thing.
Damn.
So there's new batches probably coming soon then. Welcome to Dabo, our first habitat made for playful discovery. Dive into lush clouds and listen to rhythmic crystal forming. Dabo is a granular effect designed to spark curiosity, inspire new sonic directions. So it's like a cool, like textural synth kind of pedal.
Okay.
Sweet.
But what does it do?
That I'm not entirely sure. It does like granular stuff.
Get back to the description.
It can stretch, pitch, and blur these bits or transform them into rhythmic textures.
Okay.
So it looks like it does a lot. You have rate, size, mix controls for one section. It looks like time, pitch, space. So it's like a glitchy delay. Probably does some reverb sounds and stuff. I just found out about this one right before we did this episode.
How did you find out about that one?
I saw somebody share a photo of it and it said introducing this new pedal. I was like, what? What is this? But it looks like it probably came out about a month ago. Designed and assembled in Belgium, built for the adventurous.
All right.
Yeah, this is one we're going to have to look into this one. Looks like it might be stereo in and out.
It has a really interesting design, though.
Yeah, it really does. Oh, no. You know what? It's stereo outputs, mono input is the way it looks. And then there's an expression / MIDI port. Yeah, it looks really cool. So maybe we'll look into that one after this episode ends. Not a new pedal, but humanoid audio effects. They have custom designed version of their Goblin fuzz distortion, and it looks like portions of sales for this particular one go to charity.
Nice.
So I just thought I'd throw that one on here for this week. So usually it doesn't look like this, but I'm trying to find another picture of this yellow one because the yellow one is the one I was seeing on Instagram, but I can't find the front.
Either. It's just $159.
No, $160. Yeah,
that's not bad.
Yep. So I don't want to go super into detail because this is not a new pedal. It's been around for several years, I believe. There's the old version right there.
It's more about the new.
Yeah. It's just this new layout, and it looks really cool.
Yeah, it does look really nice.
It's like some Dungeons and Dragons looking stuff. It's pretty cool. I just want to throw that on there because it looks like they're doing, some kind of charity event. This next one, the King Imperial Tri-2 preamp and DI pedal. Now this one was a big deal this week that came out.
God, that has a lot going on.
Now it's $599.
My pills. That's expensive.
But it does a lot. So it simulates their King Imperial amp.
Okay.
So you have two channels right here. Each channel has identical controls. But you have the... I did something there. All right. So for each channel, you have volume, treble, bass, and attenuation.
Okay.
And then you have 3 cabinets that you can select between. Simulate cabinet for each of those channels. You can also import your own cabinet IRs, so you don't have to use just the stock ones that are built into it. You can plug it into the computer, import other ones. So it has your amp simulation, your speaker simulation. You have 2 channels that you can set up independently, swap back and forth between the 2. So if you want this a little heavier than the other one, you got that. It has reverb, so like their spring reverb that you would get in the Imperial. Sorry.
Okay.
And then tremolo, classic amp style tremolo. And then the 3 foot switches. So tremolo on and off, channel switch, and then you can press and hold, I believe, these, and you get different options to turn off the reverb. Like I think the tremolo and reverb switch, I can't remember from the demos I watched. I think if you press and hold, it turns off the reverb. If you just press it once, it turns on the tremolo. You can bypass the cabinets altogether. And like I said, you can... Oh, if you press and hold these, you can... this middle one.
The channel?
Sorry, I can't talk. I believe if you press and hold the middle one, the channel selector, you also disable the effects loop.
Oh.
So the effects loop, you can also run your different modulation pedals through there. Look at all the jacks on the back of this thing. So you have input to amp in, send from amp send. Returns, you have the left and right return. To amp return, you have a headphone output on this thing. balanced outputs to run this if you're recording or if you're playing live and you're not using a real physical amp. Run these to the PA.
Okay.
MIDI power. There's a ground lift, USB control to edit the cabs. I think this thing is worth, $6.99.
Would
I
you
would
use
say
something like that?
I absolutely would. This?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the thing is, and we talked about this before when I wanted to get into like using a modeler. I'm sorry, I keep going back to this ever so often in these episodes. But when I wanted to get into a modeler, I would prefer to just use something that is an actual, not digital device. Like this is actually powered by tubes. There's tubes in this thing. I believe that's what the tribe tube means. Yeah, I didn't pay very much attention. I had other things going on in the background while I was watching this video. Let me just double check, make sure I'm not saying the wrong thing here. Yeah, a trio of 12AX7 tubes. Tone King Imperial preamp condenses the essence of the Tone King's beloved Mark II amplifier and pedalboard friendly package. So I think it's a really cool sound. It sounds convincing, like the real deal. Now, I would say they could have even taken this a step further, but it would probably be another $100 if they had actually put like a built-in power amp in this thing, like even if it was like 5 watts or something, so you could also use it as your amp and just run it to a cabinet. Because it'd be cool. Like I know Orange has like a small thing, where it's like a preamp. You can use it as an overdrive pedal, but you can also plug an output to a speaker cabinet and use it as an amplifier. So it'd be cool if they just gone the other little extra step and put like an actual power amp in this thing. But still, I think you get a lot of features for $600. Like it really replaces your amp. And a lot of people are saying it sounds identical to the real thing. So, yeah. What do you think?
I don't know. It's confusing with you because I really don't know. Like sometimes you are into it, sometimes you're not. You talk about a lot of like digital, like that's what you don't like.
Well, I think I think the only real digital aspect to it, obviously the reverb and the tremolo are going to be digital. But the cabinet simulation, like the MIDI control and shit.
No, but I'm saying, regularly speaking, when we talk about preamps and stuff, you don't like when they are like fully on digital.
When they're full on digital, no, I'm not a big fan.
But you do like this one because it has...
Yeah, there are a lot of analog features to it, and it has real tubes in it. So you do get like the actual feeling of playing a tube amp when you're playing through it.
Okay. $599.99. 600.
Yeah. And it's going to take up a lot of space on your pedal board. That's pretty big.
But if you're into it, let's go.
Let's go.
Not you, Andrew. Another person.
This one I think you're going to like.
Payola? How do you say that?
Starts shipping on May 1st. This is the Blammo Payola overdrive pedal. Payola.
Okay.
Let's play on Crayola. Yeah. the artwork on it is like a Crayola box.
I see
3 controls, level, tone, and drive. The Blammo Payola drive is an ideal pedal for musicians seeking a versatile overdrive that can shift from light, smooth to sound. I can't talk very well tonight.
Smooth sound to a heavy gritty vibe.
Whether you need subtle, clean boost or a powerful, high-grain, overdriven tone, the Payola drive has got you covered. It's like having a backstage pass to musical greatness. Just plug in and watch it as it elevates your guitar to something truly extraordinary.
Okay.
Huh.
How much is that?
Oh, there's also a little switch right here for less and more. See the price on it? Oh, $139. $15 off for now. So when it goes back to full price, it's gonna be $155. But I didn't notice this. There's a little switch right here that says less and more, which lets you choose between subtle boost and a heavier, dirtier tone.
Nice.
I wonder what this is modeled after. Oh, right here. Based on a legendary tube screamer, which means that it delivers a familiar mid-frequency punch that guitarists love.
Okay.
Cool. So it's a tube screamer. That's a cool looking one.
I don't know. I didn't like the way it looks.
You don't? I figured you would.
No.
I like it.
No. I think it's funny. They play with the Crayola concept. I just, no.
Yeah. So we've been talking a lot about different pedal companies going out of business.
Yeah.
So Pedal World got a scare this week from Poison Noises.
Oh.
For those that may or may not be familiar with Poison Noises, they have a whole line of pedals. Their biggest one was probably the Crook, because it was featured pretty heavily on the JHS show.
Okay.
When Addison was still part of the JHS show, this was like his signature pedal. They even made him his own version.
Oh.
It was his own signature pedal where they played like his face on it. So they were doing really well for a while, and then kind of just disappeared. Well, he launched a second pedal company called One and Done, and I think we might have covered that, or we might have missed it. I can't remember now. But One and Done was these pedals. I think we did cover them. It was pedals that just had a single knob for each type of effect: fuzz, overdrive, distortion, tremolo,
I do
reverb,
not
delay.
remember that.
They were all just one knob pedals.
We probably did talk about it, though. I just don't remember right now.
So I didn't even realize that he had launched One and Done. I didn't realize that was him. But then he put out a video this week. It was called "Is Poison Noises Done For?" And when I Googled this to look up for you, because I watched the video the other day, but I was going to Google this so I could show you like the Instagram post.
Okay.
And what came up on the page before this is there's like a Reddit from 4 weeks ago that says, "Is Poison Noises still around?"
Oh.
So it says, "I noticed he hasn't posted on Instagram since January," and I clicked on their website link, and the site has expired.
Oh.
So he addressed all this in the video. He said they're not done. The One and Done pedal lineup didn't work out, so he discontinued that. He's had a few surgeries. He's traveled a lot. And he got married and moved across the country or whatever. So he had a lot going on. So now he's settled back in. He plans to kind of, maybe take it in a different direction. He wasn't very specific about how they're going to do things, but maybe take things in a little bit different direction. But he's not done. So that's good news overall. With all the bad news that's been happening.
Yeah, that's good for him.
This is a pedal, I believe it came out about a month ago. But I just started seeing like sponsored posts for it on Instagram. This is the Ghost Note Audio ICBM.
Okay.
$210 US dollars. It is a solid state preamp.
It looks cool though.
Let's see what this does.
I kind of like that design.
It is based on the Randall Warhead X2 amplifier. It is a high gain preamp pedal that captures the raw power and aggression of the legendary Warhead X2 amp. ICBM delivers the signature sonic brutality of Dimebag Darrell's iconic amp in a compact, pedalboard-friendly format. Whether you're chugging through detuned riffs or soaring through high-gain solos, this pedal provides firepower you could possibly all the firepower you could possibly need.
Okay.
It's got a clean channel with almost no distortion. The lead channel delivers a thick, aggressive rhythm tone with plenty of bite, perfect for palm-muted gallops and articulate power chords. Switch on the boost mode and you'll have plenty of gain to pull off those legendary Dimebag squeals with ease. The pedal's active 5-band EQ lets you sculpt your tone with precision, so you can dial in anything, whatever. Where does it say these are made?
Where did you say?
Because it's priced in US dollars, so I don't know. I'm not totally familiar with this company. Ghost Note Audio. What else do they got? What else do they make?
No.
Like I said, I just started seeing a lot of stuff. They got a bunch of stuff.
They do.
The Lead 100 Gold, which is like a Marshall.
Let me
The 8100 Gold. Oh, that's cool. Their artwork is really cool.
It looks really cool, though.
It looks like they do studio equipment, too. They're not just... Okay, what do they got for conductor? Oh, they got a lot of stuff. Signal generator. Pedal stand. Oh, that's cool. If you have your pedals on your desktop, they have like an angled pedal stand.
$25. That's not expensive.
Hey, they got some plugins.
I know.
Okay, yeah, they got plug-in versions of their pedals. We were just talking about this. They got like an arpeggiator. They got some kind of looper, infinity loop. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, they got a lot of stuff.
Dude, I don't know. Because it doesn't really say.
It doesn't say?
I'm reading on the about, but
That's fine.
I mean, it talks
We'll
about
research more about him later on.
him.
Hmm.
Valdemar Erlingsson? How do you say that name?
Valdemar Erlingsson?
That's the founder.
Probably like Denmark or something. Uh-oh. The baby's up.
Uh-oh.
We'll be right back. We're back after a short intermission. We just had a toddler wake up in the middle of the night.
Well,
which is why we do the show at night anyway. It's because you never know.
And I had the feeling he's gonna wake up again.
Yeah.
So
anyway, so the last one was that was the ICBM. It is $210 US.
Yeah, I was trying to find out what is it.
Yeah, I don't know where they're made.
I don't know.
Next one, I don't even know.
Dude, that looks. I don't know if that was in 10.
What?
What's the thing that you drink?
Like an
Is it
energy drink?
Pepto-Bismol?
Oh, like Pepto-Bismol, yeah.
Doesn't that bit?
Look at the shiny knobs on this thing.
That pedal looks like Pepto-Bismol. Anyway.
This is the Platinum Pocket Pussy Melter pedal.
Okay.
$140. This is from the band Steel Panther. Now, they had a full-size version of this a couple years back. It's been discontinued. So it says, oh, you thought we were done. It's back, and this time it's pocket size. The first 1,000 has there's a typo on the page. Of his limited edition distortion pedal comes with hand-numbered certificate of authenticity.
Okay.
Just like its older brother, this is an 80s Sunset Strip overdrive and full stack in a box.
The shiny.
So are you familiar with the band Steel Panther?
No.
No? They are like a modern band that still tries to be like an 80s hair metal band. So they're kind of like a comedy band.
Is it a new band? Because
they have probably been around like 15, 20 years now.
Well, because that record says Phil the Steel 50th anniversary.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Okay, so that's not new.
I only know like once. Yeah, but they're not an actual 80s metal hair band. No, they just copy that sound. I remember probably 15 years ago one song of theirs that was all over the radio and stuff, but I was never a fan. But it says here this pedal is already in production at our factory in Kentucky. When I click this link, it takes me to All Pedal, which is They manufacture quite a few pedals. Not just for Steel Panther, but they do like the Jeff Loomis Devil's Triad distortion, the Slamurai Overdrive, Galactiverse Compressor. There is one pedal of theirs that I do actually like. This Macrodose envelope filter.
That looks really cool.
They bought the licensing from Subdecay, and this is actually the Prometheus DLX, which my friend Connor used to have, and my old roommate Rex also used to have. It's a really cool, versatile envelope filter. $325. I would actually prefer if they had a different artwork on it, but
why?
I don't know. I preferred. I don't mind the way this looks, but I liked the original Prometheus DLX by Subdecay. It was more simplistic to me.
Okay.
Which is funny because I reached out to Subdecay a couple years ago. I was like, "Do you guys still make this?" Because I was going to try to get one. I don't know. It's probably like 4 years ago or something.
Is that on your list of pedals that you want to
Maybe eventually. I mean, it's just a fun pedal, but it's not something that I feel is very practical. Because I never learned how to use it, and neither did Connor or Rex. Neither one of them really learned how to use it, so it was always like cool to get these crazy, funky filter sounds out of it. Okay.
What's the difference between the macrodose and the microdose?
Microdose is a phaser. That's a phaser. This one is an envelope filter.
Okay.
But yeah, so I reached out to Subdecay a few years back, whenever that might have been. They said, "Oh, we don't make that one anymore, but we licensed it to All Pedal." So that's the only reason I know that this is the same pedal.
Oh, okay.
Because I heard it directly from them. LPD, Lawrence Petros, Mesa, Arizona. He teased that he's prototyping a new pedal. That's this one right here, the OKB X3.
Okay.
I don't know anything about it yet. I just figured we'd throw that on here in case there's news about it later. Now, this one I struggle with. having heartburn from that Chick-fil-A.
Why do you struggle with that one?
The name of the company. Lictalerm. I every time I try to say it, I have it in my head. I go to say it. I watch a video on how to say it. I try to say it. I've been trying to say this name properly for like 2 years. Anyway, this one's 199 euros. The pedal is called As Above, So Below, Cinematic Octave Divider Reverb.
Okay. This
is our biggest, most cavernous sounding reverb. Even without using its octave up and down function, it is capable of creating vast soundscapes. Next to boasting our staple control, set to a dampen control, to make the reverb smoother. A 0 to 100% wet dry mix is a level
a level control
capable of boosting the signal up to 6 decibels and adds 3 octaves. Dang.
Okay.
3 octave blend options. Okay. Octave adds angelic high. So it's almost like a shimmer reverb, but it gives you a lot more functionality than like your basic shimmer reverb.
Okay.
So, cool. There's also send and return on here. You have 6 jacks on this pedal. Dang. So there's been a couple. I think there's at least Spiralcaster did a video on it, or posted that he was going to be doing a video on it. So I haven't heard it yet, but it looks really cool. All their pedals look really cool.
It looks nice, though. I tell you that.
Yeah. See what else we got. Let's talk about some guitars.
Jesus Christ! I just saw how much is that guitar you're gonna talk about.
D'Angelico has their new jazz box. It's the Excel 16.
Okay.
$1,899, $1,900 for this thing. Really cool looking guitar though.
It looks nice. I don't like the color though.
There's other colors.
I just saw that.
That's like your natural, natural yellow color.
The amber, I don't like it.
Amaretto Burst.
That one I do like.
I like that color, just not with the gold hardware. I don't know. I like the Amber Burst.
You like the amber?
The amber, not the Amber Burst. What is it called?
Just amber.
Yeah, just amber. But then you can choose the pickup type. No, maybe you can't. I think you can only choose. So if you get the amber, you get the floating mini humbucker.
Okay.
And then if you choose Amaretto Burst, you get the full size humbucker. Cool.
Okay.
Speaking of D'Angelico, got a piece of news on here. If I can find it, did I close out of it? Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Oh, no. Oh, here we go.
Okay, what's the
So
news?
I talked to you about this earlier today.
Oh, we were talking about
it. But D'Angelico just dropped one of their signature models from the lineup and deleted everything from this particular artist on their website, as did Fender. So Giacomo Turra. We covered the release of this guitar, of his signature D'Angelico. So he's been accused of plagiarism. And famous YouTuber Danny Sapko, he's a bass player. He was the first one. Well, I guess other people had kind of called him out on it early on, but like it went under the radar as he got huge. But Danny Sapko, he accused him last week in a video of like, hey, he's stealing people's songs and passing them off as his own. Allegedly, but then Danny did a follow-up after he got a huge response in that video, and he cut to like, it shows Giacomo playing something, and then it cuts to the original song, and like it cuts back and forth. He did this with like 5 or 6 different songs where he's not crediting these people, and he's taking their music, passing it off on his own. And in some cases, like you could tell in his Instagram videos how like clean everything sounds, and like perfect it always sounds.
I believe we had talked about that in the past, didn't we?
And I remember the first time I saw this guy, I was like, there's no way this is being played like live in the room. And that's what we're hearing. Like, this has got to be pre-recorded audio.
Yeah.
But then he started expanding where it wasn't just him. He'd have like a whole band of like 5 or 6 people. And it sounded like this perfectly polished stuff. And I bought into it. At some point, I was a big fan of this guy. Okay. And I liked the way his music sounded. Turns out he's been ripping people off since the COVID pandemic when he got big. No, he's been ripping people off. Like, all these brands dropped him. And it goes even deep. In the follow-up video that Danny did, there's a bunch of like guitar brands that have reached out and been like, oh yeah, we sent him this guitar. He's supposed to do a certain amount of videos with the guitar in exchange for us sending him this guitar. And then he did one video, and then we find out another YouTuber or, you know, some random guy on Instagram has that guitar. Like, he sold it and didn't do the content that he was promised. So it seemed like there were several different guitar builders that had that same experience where they had sent him a guitar or other gear, pedals, whatever, with the expectation of you're going to do this many videos with it, and then he never did.
Oh, man.
But he had a signature pedal, at least one signature pedal. He had a signature guitar or two. So he was copying YouTubers that had like maybe like 1,000, 1,000 subscribers, 50 views on a video. He took that and got 2 million views. So he's capitalizing on this, and he never credited these people. They never got paid. But Fender had him doing, I think the Player 2 or the Vintera 2 or something. They dropped him from all that stuff. All the promotional videos and stuff. And it looks like Ernie Ball deleted all the stuff with him. And then Anderton's Music did a video with him like a week and a half ago. And then immediately after this stuff came out, they deleted the video. Like, they had him come and perform at in their studio, and they dropped him.
Man.
It says he has been accused of plagiarizing other artists, including Jacob Collier, Ben Romano, Tiago Gomez, which is somebody where he like note for note stole the song. And maybe not even like, it seems like maybe he just took the audio from that video and released it as his own. And didn't even like re-record it or anything. So it says, this is according to Danny Sapkos, the quote, "The real crime is that these were for sale as his original transcriptions, with none of it going to the original source." Now, he put out like books that you could buy and like the tabs and stuff to learn the songs. Like,
man.
He released the stuff off somebody else's music. So it just seems like this guy has been a fraud the whole time, unfortunately. That's sad. But so I just want to bring that up because it ties into the whole, D'Angelico has a new guitar, but they also stopped making another guitar. And then he put out an apology video, but like, he says, "I swear that these artists were credited in the videos. Not only that, but most of them even shared the video, commented on the video, and messaged me." He also added that he hasn't been selling plagiarized tabs. "I only released one songbook in September 24. It only contains 5 songs, and there are 6 covers that are my arrangements." I don't know. He's changing the names of the songs, putting them out as his own. I don't know. He could say what he wants to say, but he's been caught. Unfortunate, because he is an actual talented guitarist. But like, I knew something was fake because he performed at NAMM this year, and like the clips of that, like his playing sounded terrible live.
Oh man.
Compared to what you hear on his like studio recordings, like it sounded sloppy compared to that. So we just have a couple more.
Okay.
Martin put out a whole new lineup this year. I don't know if they've been slowly releasing these or just put them all out at the same time. But the Junior series, so like they're smaller guitars. So the Junior E series, there's like 8 or 9 new ones.
What's the use of a smaller guitar though?
Travel size, or if you just prefer to play a smaller guitar.
Excuse me.
Like I like the parlor size guitars. I think they sound nice. They don't amplify as much, but some of these are acoustic electric. So there's the OOOCJRE. There's the DJRE, the Streetmaster version. There's a different Streetmaster version. Oh, there's like a cutaway version. There's like this weird Street Legend burst where it has like this weird I wouldn't say weird, but it has a relic to it. There's Sapele wood. And then the bass. I like that bass. It's funny because the day that we went to that I got my Les Paul.
That's a bass?
Yeah. They had a Martin bass that I really wanted to check out. It was on their website, said they had it in stock, and we walked into that acoustic room, and there was like some crackhead in there bothering some guys that were just trying to play some acoustic guitars. And
Okay,
then the
explain
bass
for
was
people
way at
like
the very
me
top. Yeah.
who doesn't understand much about this.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were acoustic basses.
They're not that popular.
Okay.
I really like the sound of them. Any acoustic bass I've ever played, I really enjoy it. This one's $800.
Okay.
Let's
No,
see.
I really didn't know there were acoustic basses.
Yeah.
But what's the purpose to have an acoustic bass if you can have an electric one, though?
Well, the acoustic ones are acoustic electric. You can plug it in. Well, if you're playing in a band that only does like acoustic style performances, it looks weird if you walk in there with like a fully electric bass to like a performance. So let's say you're playing like a folk festival or something. Some venues might only allow only acoustic instruments.
Okay.
I don't know. I've always wanted an acoustic bass, but
oh my gosh,
no.
Here comes the list of things that you always wanted.
That's like an eventual thing. Yeah. And if it's short scale like this, like the JRE, that's a short scale bass. Like, look at the neck on that. It's like a regular guitar neck. I think that's really cool.
Okay.
I don't think it's $800 cool, but I think it's cool.
It is.
Do they have two colors? Nah, I'd probably go with the natural color.
$800? I don't know about that.
Well, the one I wanted to get from Guitar Center when we went, like I said, they had one, and it was way up at the top where you couldn't reach it. You had to have somebody get on a ladder for it. And we only spent like a total of like 1 minute in that acoustic room because that guy was just making me uncomfortable. It was making us all uncomfortable. He's just bothering those two kids that were just trying to play some guitars. But that one was a cheaper model. That wasn't this one. That was like a full size too. We got, I think this is the last one. This is the Jackson Pro Series Signature Lee Malia LM87 electric guitar in open pore black. That is a long name.
$899.
So it's got like that offset shape to it. Strange bridge on this thing. I don't think I've seen a bridge like that in a while. I like the inlays on the neck. And it looks like I don't know what these pickups are either. Let's look into this. $900.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's Lee Malias?
Since the band's 2004 founding, Lee Malia has been Bring Me the Horizon's lead axe guitarist. Oh, lead axe man. Adding rhythm duties to his repertoire on riffage for more than a decade ago, with the band transcending myriad shades of rock, metal, hardcore, alternative, and electronic styles. Suffice it to say that Malia's melange of musicality requires an equally flexible yet focused instrument, and with his Pro Series signature Lee Malia LM87, Jackson rose to the occasion. Lee's signature LM87 is a voltaic and versatile. I lost track where I'm at. Just tell us what's on this guitar. Do you know the band Bring Me the Horizon?
Dude, I have no idea.
I'm
looking at this guy and I have no idea.
That's one of the bands where it's like I've heard the name. I've never heard the music. I've never listened to music like that.
That's another thing that I will have to check for. Bring Me the Horizon?
My brother Mike would know them. That's a band.
How do you know that he would know it?
No, that's a band he would know.
But why?
Because that's the style of music he used to listen to.
What's that music?
Like hardcore, whatever you want to call it. Not quite pop, but like harder than pop punk.
Rock band.
Like screamo? I don't know exactly what you want to label it as.
That's a British rock band.
I don't know them.
I have no idea.
Yeah. So that whole genre, that whole decade of music, I stayed away from. Like
Why?
that whole, what would you say, like 2005, 2004 to 5 to like, well, yeah, this band started in 2004. So I would say like 2005 to like 2013, like mainstream rock music, the whole pop punk scene, screamo music, the emo music, the post-hardcore. I didn't listen to any of that. I just wasn't interested. I had friends in high school that were into it. You know, my brother Mike was big in the skinny jeans. And, well, I guess he still is. But
I mean, they have 7 studio albums.
Yeah, the name. I know the name very well. I just don't know the music.
I sincerely, I don't think I have listened to any of those things that I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I just don't. I'm not familiar, but the guitar looks cool.
I mean, the guitar looks
That's
cool.
what I
I'll
want to
give
look
that.
at. What do we got? Okay.
Yeah.
Signature. Oh, there's signature pickups. LM87 humbucker and an LM87 P90. So the bridge mounted LM87. So you have a P90 in the neck pickup and a humbucker in the bridge pickup. That's what I was trying to look at. Kind of woods and stuff you got here. What's? I don't even know. Okay, you got a 3-piece neck reinforced with robust graphite rods. So do you have a double truss rod thing going on here? The 3-piece construction enriches the harmonic prism of the okume while mitigating the risks of twisting and warping and accommodate frequent changes in environmental conditions with 1-piece necks. The graphite reinforcement rods not only bolster stability, yeah, we know what truss rods do. Speaking of fretboard, the Searing Surfcaster boasts a compound 12 to 16-inch radius fretboard, topping a D-profile neck that balances speed in hand have to provide preeminent. So what does this mean? What is a No, I'm just saying.
So what does that mean?
What
does that translate to?
What is a speed D-profile neck?
Topping a D-profile neck.
Because every brand has a different
what does that mean?
Specification for like their shapes and stuff. Like they're not always like a standard. You're not going to pick up a Gibson D and a Fender D and expect it to feel the same or play the same. But this is a guy that probably plays a lot of like shreddy guitar, so it's probably got like a slick, fast neck, like an oiled neck or something.
There's so many things that I really don't know. A C neck, a D neck. Oh my god!
I mainly just wanted to look at like what is this guitar made out of? What's unique about it?
Where are the features?
Yeah, right here. So it's the debut signature string. See, I wish companies would just put this information at the top of the page.
Yeah.
So the okume body and neck. So that's what we need to know there. The fretboard is amaranth. Which supplies high projection, enduring sustain, and punchy precision.
Okay.
Custom pickup, so it's got a neck P90, and the bridge position is a humbucker.
Okay.
There's a 3-way toggle, master volume, master tone, with a push-pull coil split for the humbucker. Neck is 3-piece, graphite truss rods, 25.5-inch scale, 22 jumbo frets. Which it says this is an ideal guitar for down tune and heavier string gauges. 12 to 16-inch front radius, compound front radius. So it's got that D-shaped neck profile that blends speed, comfort, accuracy. Tune-o-matic style bridge and fine tuner equipped tailpiece, and then locking jacks and die-cast tuners. All that could be yours for $900.
If you like the band.
Oh, and it's a set neck too. Okay, it's not a bolt-on neck. That's cool. You got like the taper right there. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a guitar that's built for like shredding. But, you know, if you don't want it to look like a shreddy guitar. So that's not bad. That's cool.
My goodness, we took about all our stuff today.
We did. We covered a lot. You want to get out of here and go to bed? Before this baby wakes up again?
My gosh, I feel he's gonna wake up again.
He might.
I don't know. Was that everything you have for today?
I think that was everything. That was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wait, there was a post on Instagram that I don't know what happened.
Oh, did we not talk about that one?
I don't. Did we skip it?
That was like the biggest news of the week.
A collaboration?
Yeah, okay.
We didn't talk about that.
So Chase Bliss posted a screenshot of an email the other day.
Okay.
And the caption for this screenshot says, 5 years ago, I shot my shot. #tone. So it says, hi, Mike. This is an email to Analog Mike at analogman.com.
2020.
Hi, Mike. How are you doing? We've only spoken a bit on Facebook about that enclosure, but not surprisingly, I've been a fan of yours for a very long time, ever since I started in the industry in 2008. I've been having some thoughts swimming around my head for about a year now. Would you be open to working with me on something? I think I'd rather email you about it initially rather than talk about it on the phone, because it'd be easier for me to lay out my thoughts. Also curious if you're familiar with my format of the blank, he blacked it out, redacted it, pedal. So Joel Corte, Dual Corp owner, Chase Bliss Audio.
This was February 15, 2020.
Yes. So he posted this the other day.
Okay.
And then more recently, both Analog Mike and Chase Bliss have been posting little teasers of them hanging out together in Japan at Analog Man's shop. So now everyone knows there's a collaboration happening. And they said it's coming out, I believe, the 17th. So next week.
Okay.
So right away, everyone's speculating this is going to be probably a King of Tone or Prince of Tone, whatever. You know, it's Analog Man's most famous pedal. So I know a guy that knows a guy who would not provide me with any information.
A friend of a friend's cousin.
Sworn to secrecy. So wouldn't say anything. But then this evening, I see Henning Polly posted a video where he's talking about the Tone King Imperial. This is like 4 days ago. I actually posted this, which we talked about that earlier. The Tone King Imperial. In the background, and the people who were talking about this online. In the background of Henning Polly's video is the new Chase Bliss pedal. So he leaked it, whether it was intentionally or not, but it's sitting behind him. You can't see it clearly, but it's like a dark red purple color, which it indicates that's probably going to be, one of the of-tone pedals that Analog Man makes, but like a Chase Bliss version. I don't know anything, but this is all speculation. But it seems like
it's a wild guess.
Pretty good guess that it's probably going to be a King of Tone, a Prince of Tone, but in the Chase Bliss format. But then in the Henning Polly video, you see it in the background. And then like 45, 46 minutes into the video, he's like, I'm going to turn on this pedal now, because he's demonstrating the Tone King pedal. He's like, I'm going to turn on this overdrive pedal now that's coming out next week, and you're all going to really love it. It's going to blow all your minds. So it's like, is that the pedal that was in the background that everyone is already probably speculating is going to be the collaboration pedal? So we'll see. We don't know. I'd like to know. We don't know. Okay. Anyway, that's all we got for tonight. I think we got to head off to bed. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
No.
All right, everybody. Well, have a good night.
You didn't say it.
And we'll see you at home.